Okay, we are back. Oh, we're back. Sorry about that, everybody. Woof. Sorry about that. We had a glitch in the system, glitch in the matrix. Um,
Now there are two spoots. What happened?
What?
okay, we're back. We are back. Woof. Sorry about those technical difficulties, everybody. Many apologies.
I literally don't know what happened.
Cool.
I'm just everything's great.
Yep,
The streaming software crashed for a hot second, but it's okay.
Oh, gotcha.
We are
Got it.
back at it. So you all head over to the Temple of Melora. Everything's hunky dory. Great. You head on over that way. And you find yourselves inside this lovely little building that is kind of built into a cliffside, very kind of like Hobbit-esque, except much grander and larger. Like one of those over, like on the beach when you have the sand kind of has eaten away at the shore and eroded it, so it's like a lookout cliff kind of bluff thing going on.
Yeah,
It's built into that.
love that.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, you are shown in by some acolytes in blue and green robes with kind of brown trims, and they show you right in to Wave Watcher Tal's office. For those of you who have not seen Wave Watcher Tal before, you can see that there is the Wave Watcher Tal is a very young human male, probably early 20s, like very early 20s, kind of dark brown hair. He has very smiley face, big bright green eyes. And a streak of his brown hair is actually this verdant, vibrant green. That is just kind of this shock that runs down his hair. And it's all kind of tied back in like a little ponytail kind of deal. But he's there in very rich robes, and he's like, "Oh, good. You're all Aetis, you came. That's great. Sorry to be so abrupt with my message, but it's a bit of a time-sensitive matter. You asked me to look into if there was any way to find more information on this Lytrol that you mentioned on your last visit. You said that there was a transportation circle in the Temple of Melora, and I've done some digging, and I think I found a way for you to learn some answers."
Okay.
It is a bit time sensitive, and I can do up to, unfortunately, there's 4 of you. I can only really send 3 of you in total. So, assuming you want to go, I can send you and 2 of your companions.
Is that fine with you two?
Want somewhere? Let's go. Wait, how do we get back?
Don't worry about it. Please follow me. And he leads you into a chamber that he's already prepared.
I sense your concern, Rick.
For science.
I mean, if anything, I can get us back.
Oh, right, we've got the blood.
Blood inside his office.
Oh,
Right.
I guess, yeah, I could also prepare a spell.
Now, the 3 of you, please lay down on these beds here, and you see that there are 3 beds, kind of simple cots that are put out, and around them are a series of candles, tapers. You can smell incense going, and you see a kettle of tea kind of simmering over the fire as though a tea is brewing, adding its own pungent aroma to whatever's going on.
I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on.
Okay, make an Arcana check.
Yeah. I'm not actually good at those. Ooh.
Not good at that. Okay.
Wow, with a 23.
I'm not proficient.
Well, with a 23, there's some crazy ritual stuff going on. You realize immediately it is not arcane in nature. It is some kind of religious thing, which is not your strong suit. But you definitely know, like, there doesn't seem to be anything harmful about what's going on.
Okay.
Now, please, everybody, those of you who will be participating, take a bed, just relax. It's going to be a bit of a process, and I really do need to start it very soon. The window is closing.
Okay.
I can explain more once this is done. Hopefully it works in time. So you all sit down and or lay down in bed, and you smell this tea going on, and you hear chanting begin. Tal begins chanting, and then a few others join in. You hear music and like sounds of wind or rain from these crazy sticks they have that sound like rainfall for some reason. And this kind of goes on for about 2 hours. And as you approach the 2 hour mark, you begin to hear a grinding of a mortar and pestle. And each of you feel a finger tracing a symbol on your forehead with some kind of ground up material. And then you hear Wave Watcher Tal, as the chanting continues behind him, speak to each of you. Each of you put out your hands and drink this tea, and a small cup is placed in each of your hands.
What does it smell like?
It smells of the ocean and fresh cut grass, actually.
This is weird, says Greg. Takes a cautious sip.
Okay.
Is it sweet?
It's not sweet, but it's not bitter. It's just kind of neutral. But it is like a bright explosion of strangely calmness in your mouth.
Greg puts a few packets of sugar.
Right. I guess I drink it some more. Like, what is this? I just take a sip and say, what is this? I don't, my mouth feels funny.
Do you all drink the tea?
Yeah.
Cool. As soon as
Sure.
the chanting continues, and as soon as you all finish drinking the tea, you fall onto the beds and you close your eyes and you are asleep. You are gone. And in that next instant, you all open your eyes and you are in a village built of sandstone and adobe, and you see it laid out before you. The buildings are mostly domed, but some are in distinct geometric shapes, and you see carvings along most of the walls and a few statues. Evidence of a jackal motif is very strong here.
Mm-hmm.
You see people walking by, going about their day, pretty much ignoring you. They are all dressed similarly in sand-colored robes, with large woven kind of grass hats or hoods pulled up to protect them from the bright sun, which is very high in a clear, cloudless sky. You feel a warm, dry air and low wind kind of buffeting your skin. And in the very, very far distance, you can see a volcano slowly smoking. Aetis, looking around, all this is familiar. You haven't been here before, but you've heard of it. And looking at the placement of some of these buildings, you're pretty sure that this is Lytrol. Like, active.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting. I never saw this village. How is this being created if we don't know what it ever looked like? I forget his name.
The only people you recognize are
Yeah.
you, Spoot, and Greg. There is no
What's
one
it-
else around you other than the residents of this village.
I guess maybe we can go to the temple where we saw that gate and see if it's still fully intact.
You think that's where we are? I was wondering if that could be it. Because, like, this is kind of weird. There's jackals. Hey,
Yeah, this-
person, hello.
One of the individuals stops and says, "Oh, hello. I'm sorry. I didn't notice you before. You're all new. Is there something I can help you with?"
We're travelers from Lycos. We're just,
You're from where?
Lycos?
Oh, my. You have to come with me right away.
Oh, Jesus, what did I just do?
Yeah.
And this guy, like,
Stuff.
runs up and grabs you and just starts pulling you through the crowd.
Oh, Jesus.
Just being like, "Make way, everybody! Look out! Make way! Look out!" And people kind of begin partying, and he's like Lycosian, and you hear what? And the crowd starts like talking and beginning to follow you. And you are brought before a simple-looking adobe building with a very nice, like outside is a very nice statue of a jackal that's been carved there. And the guy like lets go of you and starts banging on the door. Pack mistress, we have a Lycosian here."
What have I done?
The door opens very quickly, kind of slamming open. It's less of a door, actually, more of like a heavy curtain that just gets slammed open to one side. And this human woman, kind of late 60s, short gray hair, but a very lithe body, as though she's been active and hunting her entire life, kind of steps out. "Well, what is all this then, dearies? We have a Lycosian?" And she walks right up to you, Aetis, and says, "Must be you, right?"
Yes.
She reaches up to you and like grabs your jaw and kind of pulls you down to her level and begins examining your face.
Mm-hmm.
"Where have you all been, dearie? I haven't seen a Lycosian. We haven't heard from a Lycosian in 200 years.
I honestly can't remember.
"Well, that's not very useful. You just show up in town and you don't have any information."
Well, I don't. What year is it?
She gives you a date that you recognize is about 300 years after you last remember being in Lord John.
I don't. There was a storm, and I got hit by something, and everything went black.
"Oh, of course, yes, one of the storms. Oh, dearie my. Oh, well, dearie. It's good to see you. Welcome here. I've been rude. I apologize. I am Pack Mistress Olgesh Huba."
Aetis, nice to meet you.
"A pleasure, dearie, a pleasure. Now, you must understand we haven't, not only Lycos, but we haven't heard from any tribe in years. We thought we were the last ones, and, well, if you're here now, maybe there's others out there. This is good news."
Possibly, I don't know with the magics, but these are my compatriots, Greg and Spoot.
She looks over the two of
Big
you.
and the misfit.
She looks over the two of you as you say that and just kind of, "I see. Well, it is nice to meet you if you are friends of a Lycosian. You are welcome here."
Thank you. Thank you for the welcome. Sorry to intrude.
No, this is a great thing if we have contact with Lycos once again. Well, we have much to discuss. And then she like looks out at the crowd. "Well, what are the rest of you doing? Don't you have things to do?" and the crowd like immediately goes, oh, and kind of like disperses and runs off. Being a leader is always such a hassle. They're always after you. Now, my dear, now, dearies, come inside and sit. Let's talk about this like real adults, yes.
Of course.
So you all go in, and it's decorated in a surprisingly like a very like kind of like hip grandma kind of way. Like there's a lot of like crochet, but like all the crochet is like of like stuffed animals that are like vicious creatures. So it's kind of weird, but cute nonetheless. But she brings you in and serves you all some glasses of water with some citrus in it. Now, you say that you were caught in one of these storms and got turned into, and then you remember black, and then you were here?
Well, not here per se. I kind of woke up in a sea cave, but I was no longer in the Everwood.
I see. Yes, we have not had much luck finding anything in the Everwood lately. About 150 years ago, we tried to search for Lycos again, and the Everwood was broken. It was gone. Parts of it remained, but some of it had become coastline, and there were mountains, and it was not as it once was.
It's gone?
We could not find it. If it has become an island, or if it has been taken somewhere else, or turned into something else, with all these arcane storms running around the last 300 years, everything about Lorjan has changed.
Right.
It is still changing. It's very dangerous. The
How are you
Empire
all-
is gone.
Really? How are you all still, here?
Well, we haven't had a storm hit our village yet, so we've been very lucky. We've seen them in the distance. That volcano didn't used to be there, but it hasn't erupted, and it's been all right for the past 15 years, so we're just sort of keeping an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of... Well, are you a Fey Warden?
I am.
Ah, good. Then you understand the purpose of the Tribe of the Wolf, to guard against planar incursions.
Yeah.
There has definitely been an uptake in incursions from the fire plane lately. The earth plane, not so much, but the fire plane, yes. Our Scourge Wardens are doing their best, but it's a crazy time here.
Of course, I can't imagine. Sorry, I'm like blanking.
Mhm.
Do you... Sorry, Tanner's stumped at the moment because I don't know how much to say.
Okay. I mean, you're not the only one here. Other people can say things or ask questions.
Oh no, you got this, Tanner.
No, please.
I've got it in chat. Aetis, out of words?
Right?
Right? I mean, it's more of Tanner's brain's not functioning today.
Fair.
Spoot will sense like pause and say, I'm sorry, if you could forgive us, we're still trying to figure out exactly how we arrived in your village, and it was a bit of a shock to us. So sorry if we seem a little out of it, for lack of a better term.
Oh, that's quite all right, dearie. Yes. All that matters is you're here and safe, and that's a good thing.
I hate to impose on you. Do you mind have somewhere that we could rest for just a bit? Just somewhere out of the way while we
Of course.
gather our wits.
Of course. We
Do you have a
have
temple?
some... Well, yes, we have a temple dedicated to Melora, of course.
I don't know how long we're gonna be here. Like, does your temple like transport places?
Of course not. But to be quite honest, our clerics have been busy for some time, for a few weeks, working on something that will supposedly produce a miracle in our hour of need.
Interesting.
So the temple's been a little bit closed off lately, but who knows, dearie? It should.
I mean, I haven't been able to pray in over however long I've been gone. Maybe.
Well, you are certainly welcome to sit and go to the temple and see what you can learn. There is also, of course, a wayfarer's rest if you would like to have a nap. It is almost noon. The desert gets awful hot around now.
Oh, yes, I can imagine.
Oh, my favorite, the desert.
Well,
You knew that the Jackal tribe was based in a desert.
I know. Aetis' favorite terrain.
Mm-hmm.
What is your hour of need going to be?
yes.
I guess we should go look.
Well, I have no idea, dearie.
Then why are they working on something if they don't know what it's for?
It's a precautionary measure.
Caution against what?
The spell storms. We haven't heard from another village in quite a long time. We think we're the only ones, and if the spell storms wiped Lycos off the map, we're worried it
I
could do the
see.
same to Lytrol.
What are you hoping to do to defend against it? Or you're not sure?
Oh, I have no idea. The clerics are working on something, and Warden Master Skaza is also claiming to be working on something.
Would it be okay if I were to speak with your clerics? Maybe I can offer some sort of assistance. Or at
Well, you
least-
can certainly try, dearie.
Where would I go to find them?
She gives you directions to the Temple of Melora.
Is this? I guess we go there, but does this feel like it is like the exact same village and place and arrangement as the one that we were in the sinkhole?
Make an intelligence check.
I'll
You got this.
endeavor.
You
Just
got
any
this.
like investigation or just a straight intelligence?
Straight intelligence.
21?
Based on the layout and what you remember from the ruins that you went in, and the various carvings that you've seen so far, you're pretty sure it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is both the place where they created Creepy Dude McCreepy Face, whose name I can't remember because my name is Amber, and also where the giant teleportation circle, like half of the temple, is missing.
Right. Like, I don't
I
know
hate-
what to mention, but I feel like it might be the planar wardens that make Creepy Dude McCreepface.
I think Warden Master Skarza because his name is Skarza.
Yeah.
Says Greg in message form.
And he's not a cleric.
He's not a cleric.
That's important. They would never
I
make
learned
a
that
vampire.
clerics have consciences.
Do
I
they?
met Spook.
Some of them
Morals.
don't.
I know
Well-
Spook. Spook's my only cleric.
That's true. There was that one we fought with, the dwarf.
Yeah, I don't know
Until-
that's a cleric. I just
until
know it's a
Spook-
caster.
Until
Oh.
Spook becomes a death cleric.
Anyway, we're working on that.
Maybe I can speak to the Warden Master. Do you know where he's normally?
Of course, and she gives you directions to the training center of the Scourge Wardens.
Well, do you guys think he said it was time? This. Maybe we can divide and conquer for now.
I mean, okay, I'm going with you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay.
They're called Scourge Wardens. They can't be trustworthy. Clerics are nice.
I mean, I'm a warden as well
You are?
for the Fae.
Oh.
That's why he's always messing around with portals.
Are you a Scourge Warden? Because Scourge
No.
is kind of sketchy.
No, it's just a different plane that they work with.
Weird. Alright. I want to find out more about. I mean, yeah. I
Sure
cast
to be
message and
fine.
say that red thing that's I'm carrying around in a box.
Oh yeah, you still have it. Oh my
I
god.
do. A rare moment of tact that I didn't shout it to the world.
Right. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of Greg. Um, well, shall we head off? Spook, just keep in touch.
Yes. Also, you should give me directions to where you're going so I can try to find my way back, just in case.
Uh, I mean, she gave me directions, so I don't know.
Yeah,
if you're listening.
you all heard all the directions to
Okay.
the temple and to the training facility.
Okay, excellent.
Cool. So you split up. Let's start with Spoot. You make your way over to the Temple of Melora. There is an acolyte in kind of dusky brown, kind of beige colored robes with a blue overlay, kind of like a desert and sky motif going on. And he is out there kind of arranging a rock garden, for lack of a better descriptor. He's moving like rocks around and kind of working on it for some reason. But he definitely notices you and he says, "Oh, Melora's greetings to you."
And to you as well. Spook feels a little uncomfortable saying that, maybe? I don't know. Sorry to just wander in. We just arrived in your village and spoke with Olgish? Olgish Huba?
Oh, the pack
Your
mistress,
the
yes.
pack mistress, yes. She said that, well, there's a bit of a concern about shoring up some sort of defense against the spell storms, and, well, I'm not really sure if there's anything I can do to help, but I wondered if I could come assist in some way. I'm a cleric myself, though not of Melora, I must add.
I see. Well, uh, our clerics have been working on a divinely inspired effort for quite some weeks. I'm not quite high up enough to really be able to help very much, so I'm kind of tending to the grounds.
What is it you're doing here with these rocks?
So Melora teaches us that nature is to be respected and balance to be maintained, and to emulate nature. So I am attempting to emulate nature by arranging these seemingly random rocks into a pattern more fitting of their natural shape.
Oh, well, very nice.
It's part meditation, part mental exercise.
Well, that sounds like something I might have to adopt myself. I like the meaning in that. And just as sort of, this is not toward him. How does it look? Like, does he look like he's doing a good job, or is it hard to tell?
Uh, it looks like a bunch of rocks that he's stacking. You can make a. I mean, it's up to you. Like, he's stacked a bunch of rocks. They look like they fit together in a certain way. Mostly.
Mostly. Well, it looks like it's coming along very nicely.
Oh, thank you. I'm still, learning the process, but I'm getting there.
Could you? Sorry to interrupt. Could you direct me to someone maybe a little higher in the temple? I know that it may be private what they're working on, but I am only curious if I may help in any way.
Well, the high priest has left orders not to be disturbed as he's working in the chamber with the others. Um, there's really only like four of us kind of keeping the day-to-day things running. You're welcome to pray in the chapel. But if you're not from Melora, I don't know if that will really do much for you, but maybe your god's okay with that. I don't know who your god is.
Farlane.
Oh, I'm unfamiliar with that deity.
That's okay. Most people are. We will, I will journey to the temple if that's okay.
Oh, sure. Yes, right this way. Be welcomed to Melora's embrace. And
Thank
he
you.
kind of shows you in to the main kind of opening of the temple and down the vestibule into the chapel itself.
Before I depart, I will say I'm sorry. It was very rude of me not to give you my name. I'm spooked, by the way.
Oh, I'm Acolyte Shave.
Nice to meet you, Acolyte Shave.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet a cleric of another god. I hope your god smiles upon you, as well as Melora's embrace guides you.
Thank you very much, Acolyte Shave.
Yes, of course. And he kind of leaves you in the chapel to do whatever it is you plan on doing there. You can see that there is like another acolyte, like kind of up on like a higher altar, kind of like sweeping, just kind of cleaning, keeping things clean. It is a desert after all, a lot of dust and dirt.
Oh yes, that's a good point.
But like
I would.
it makes sense because it's also like the chapel is very open. Like it's not like enclosed. Like there's no roof over it. And all of the and as you look around you realize that all of the like structure is actually weathered stone that's been shaped by either wind or some help with tools, but mostly natural kind of stone shapes that the chapel's been sort of grown around in a weird way. Like all the stone seems to have like organically formed this shape.
I would like to proceed to desecrate the temple. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Power
No,
play.
I'm joking. Yeah, quick question. I feel like this is probably something I should just know off the top of my head, but I am curious that would Farling be? How would they feel about me praying in the temple of another deity? Not to another deity per se, but just
So
another.
Farlane is the god of the horizons and roadways and traveling, and when you travel, you stop places. So
Yeah, we don't have any dedicated temples, so I didn't think it would be an issue.
nope, he's cool with it.
Yeah,
He's chill.
I think I will take a moment to like show a bit of respect for Melora and the sacredness of the temple, and then say a little quick, maybe if there's a blessing
Mm-hmm.
of Farlane that I could say, over the people of this temple and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, totally.
And yeah, I'm not really sure where to go from here, to be honest. Spoot's a little too polite to just be like, hey, where's the leader?
Well, as you contemplate what you're going to do, we'll go back to Aetis and Grieg. So you have made your way to the temple training ground and asked to see the warden master, Skaza Hanash. And you're shown into a room to wait for him. And a few minutes later, a tall, muscular, kind of late 30s human man with a large claw scar kind of across his left side. You can see it starts like at the top of his jaw and kind of continues down his neck underneath his armor.
Oh, damn.
He is massive and just looks to be like that imposing guy at like every military function or like bouncer at a bar. Like he looks the part.
Gotcha.
But he closes the door. So, you are a Fey Warden, huh?
I am.
Wonderful! And a big smile opens up, and he comes up and he clasps your forearm in a big like warrior kind of one of these things. Clasps your forearm. It is so good to meet one of you. I am sorry. What is your name? I am Warden Master Skaza Hanash.
I'm Aetis Vargar.
Well, Aetis Vargar, it is a pleasure to meet a Lycosian. I have never in my life thought I would get to meet one. This is wonderful news.
Yeah, I was never able to travel to any other villages.
Well, luckily you have found yourself here. It is good to have one of the brother and sister tribes show up. Now, by all means, please sit and tell me what it is I can do for you this day.
I mean, it's just out of pure curiosity. Your head chieftress,
The pack mistress, yes.
pack mistress. She said you were working on something about the storms. I was just curious. Maybe I could help in some way.
Ah, are you adept in magics?
I've been learning more and more since I've woken up and been traveling. My companion here is far more adept and very tinkery.
And this is the first time he kind of looks down at Greg. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was so excited I didn't even notice you."
Hi.
Hello. Well, if you are skilled in magics, it is a very simple premise. We believe that by using the power of the storms against themselves, we can repel them and keep them away from the village, and possibly individuals as well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
How do you plan on getting that power of the storms?
Well, there have been reports over the years of crystal fragments that have been deposited by the storms, and we believe these to hold some of the power of the storm. So if we can build up a shield or something that utilizes these crystals, then we think we can force them to go other places. The storms, I mean.
So the fields, not like, embody it, attune it. Like, I mean, because that's a lot of power. If they're in a spell storm, how do you keep that safe?
Well, it is a theory at the moment. We have not really had any success.
How do you find them?
Occasionally, we discover them at the site of a spell ravaging, of a storm ravaging.
You
These-
discover the crystals?
Sometimes.
Do you have one?
No.
Wait, but then how do you?
I do
Fine.
not have one. We have one or two in our possession. But I do not have them. They are in our research department.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Do you have more than one? That's a lot of power. How did you touch it?
No. No.
What happens
No
when
one
you
has
touch
been. I don't know. No one has been allowed to touch the things.
How did you pick it up if you're not allowed to touch it?
We use tongs.
Ah, simple tools.
Indeed.
Can
I
I see
mean-
the research department?
Sorry, no. It's pretty dangerous in there.
What happens? Does it explode?
No, it's just full of sensitive material and dangerous things. And no offense, I'm sure you are very capable, but I don't want people I have just met walking through my secret research department.
Do a lot of people die in the secret research department?
No,
Do they get gored to death? Blood everywhere?
no. We take every precaution we can. I appreciate your concern, however.
Yes, concerned. Yes, very.
Yeah. Future concerns.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we can. I mean, my friend here is very great at, working with magic. She, creates this little robot that, or machine, because I don't know what a robot is, that both heals and hurts enemy, or heals us and hurts enemies.
Oh,
It's very fascinating.
some sort of constructed thing?
Yeah, and then they
I pull
they
out
did-
Chomper.
Oh,
It's not on, but I pull it out.
Oh, that is very impressive.
They did
So are you
this to
thinking?
my bow as well, and I'll pull it out, draw back, and just at a wall, fire an arrow.
Oh, well, okay, I guess I'll have to repair that wall.
Sorry, but
Hmm.
it doesn't run out of ammunition.
That is most useful, and I can see the benefits. Again, Perhaps in time I can add you to the research team if that is something you are interested in, but at the moment I've still only just met you.
Fair
I mean, to
enough.
be blunt, I don't know how much time we have here.
Well, I do not know your travel schedule, but I surely thought a long-lost Lycosian brethren would want to stick around for a while.
Well, we've been going around and I've been trying to fix some of the wayfinding runes. I haven't been successful with all of them.
Ah, yes, some of them have been damaged by the storms over the years.
Yeah, I may have ripped open a few portals myself accidentally.
Oh, that can be
Other
very
ones just
dangerous work.
exploded.
Oof. We have had similar accidents occur.
Have you guys figured out a way to try to mend them, or like a more successful technique?
Not quite so much. It appears that whenever these storms come up, they change the nature of magical things. They can warp them, they can reattune them to different planes, they can totally fry them. There have even been some that have completely nullified all magics.
Interesting.
Yes, we do not know why they are so different all the time.
Well, I mean, mine, when it hit my village, I woke up in some sea cave. Apparently, years later, quite a few years.
Yes, we have not heard from Lycos for almost two. We have not heard from Lycos itself for almost 300 years, and for any Lycosians for almost 200. We had thought something horrible had happened.
Well,
But you are here now, and this is good things. So,
Yeah, yeah, this is great. But so back to the stones. Did you find them, the ones that you have, at a place that in a storm that that amplified it, magnified magic, or that nullified it? Like, do you know what kind of effects happened at the storm locations? Also, did you track them, or did you just like watch a storm and go, oh, there's a storm, I'm gonna go look for a fancy rock? How did you do that?
we watched the storm from miles away as it moved in another direction and went to investigate the aftermath after it had cleared. And
maybe in our travels we could
found
try to
one.
find these sites.
Yeah. Does it emanate like a vibe that you learned how to find? Does it just walk around and look for the shiny stone? Also, again, like, do you remember what the effects were for the ones that you have?
It is hard to tell an effect of something if you have not seen it in action. Just by looking at it, it can be hard to dissuade, unless you are skilled in such talents. And our magics, the magic wielders we have, tend to work in different directions. We can identify things, and we have a few people who can do some more powerful investigations with magic, but for the most part, our scouts are just using their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
The Scourge Wardens are well trained in investigative procedure, because it can be quite hard to track down an earth elemental that is ravaging the desert, as you might imagine.
Yeah, I mean, Fae have their own set of trickiness.
Indeed.
A lot of it is more of you have to watch what you say.
Yes, I have heard of such things being somewhat difficult to and hard to trust and work out what they truly desire. Luckily, with earth and fire elementals, they are less talkative and just more intent on
Destruction.
well, not always. They are not always here to damage things. Sometimes they just want to be left alone.
I can understand that.
Agreed. Now, it is at this point where you all hear a gong. Everywhere you are in the city, you hear gong, gong, gong. And Spoot, back in the temple, the acolyte who was kind of sweeping the altar, steps up and begins, "Quick, take shelter!" and like rushes into like an alcove and kind of huddles down behind a piece of stone.
Does this acolyte look safe in that alcove?
It depends on what's coming, but he's trying.
Uh, okay. I'll run. Is there an alcove near him?
Yeah,
I'll run beside and try to hide myself.
cool.
What's happening? Says Spoot.
Huh. It's a storm. It's a spell storm. That's the spell storm alarm. It's coming.
Oh,
You should. Hopefully, we're safe here. Um, I hope it doesn't come straight for us, but it's been sighted.
okay. All right. We'll remain calm and let's keep our eyes open.
Cool. You see Shave go running by, being like, Where's? Oh, good, you're here. There's nothing to worry about. It's fine." And you see
Okay,
you see the front of his pants are a little wet.
Oh, Shave.
Yeah.
Come here. Get in this alcove.
So you cram him into the alcove with the other guy. Back at the training grounds, you hear the gongs, and Skaza stands up. "A storm has been sighted. Quickly, we must move." And he begins and he rushes out the door and begins shouting orders to his various scourge wardens.
I follow him outside.
Yeah, I guess I do too. I just watch.
Yeah.
I want to see a spell storm.
Yeah. So you look out and you watch as Skaza climbs up to like the second story, like the roof of one of these like adobe flat ceilinged buildings. And you can follow him up there. And you can see that the people are running through the streets, kind of trying to take cover. And you see this dark black gray cloud on the horizon moving swiftly, like straight in the direction of Lytrol. And you see like colored lightning arcing through it. Like it's not like that blue lightning that is natural. It's like yellow and shades of yellow, like from like sickly to bright and vibrant. Yeah, and it's heading straight for Lytrol.
Does it look familiar? Like maybe the same kind of storm that hit me, or no?
It does look very familiar to you, Aetis, except the color of the lightning is different.
Oh, okay.
Spook will ask one of the acolytes, like, where are the other temple the workers of the temple?
They're in the chamber. They can't be disturbed. And Shave kind of stands up. "Oh, I should go stand by the bell. I need to go stand by the bell. That's my job." And he like gets up and like starts rushing out of the room. Yeah,
Saved by the bell.
He's gone.
You stay here. I look at the other one, and I'll go running after Shave.
Yeah, you see Shave like start running up a tower that's got like a big bell in it.
Shave, what are you doing?
Just barge into the priests working on the thing.
I have to sound the bell if the storm comes.
I think it's coming. I think you should come down.
That's all the more reason I have to ring the bell.
I'm proud of you, Shave.
So yeah,
He's gonna die.
You all hear people in the streets shouting and screaming. The temple is not too far away from the training facility where Aetis and Grig are, but you can see people running all around from this rooftop that you are on with Skaza. And yes, Spoot?
What?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So you and Spoot, you can see people as you look out through the temple windows, rushing around. And Spoot, you begin to hear something. you begin to hear rips, like something tearing through the air itself, like, and then you hear screams in the streets away from you.
What do I see?
You don't see anything right now, because you hear it coming in from the streets, but you can't see whatever it is that is out there. Back on the rooftop, you see, or you hear the same kind of like tearing of space kind of open. It sounds very similar to when Aetis you use the latch blade to open a portal. And you hear this tearing noise, and from your vantage point you see creatures kind of claw their way out of nothingness, and these creatures are these weird, like, amalgamated bits of body with claws, or some have wings and tails, and some are just like put together like crocodiles, and some are tentacled. They are just amalgamations of warped entities. They are strange looking, and you hear screaming as people begin to run from them. What are you going to do?
Dagger. You seen those before?
No, but we have to help the people. And he calls, and he like runs down and calls for the scouts to fan out into the city and the Scourge Wardens to go protect people and deal with them. All the while the storm is fast approaching.
Should we go get Spoot in the temple?
Yeah. What's going on at the temple? Is there anything to see from the roof at the temple?
You can see like the top of the bell tower and like some of the roof, and you can see that some of these creatures have like clawed their way out in the vicinity of the temple.
Okay, but there's no like mysterious glowing light.
No.
Cool.
Yeah, Spoot, I think, will also run toward the training ground, knowing that is where freaking Aetis had gone.
Cool. So you all begin rushing in the directions of the others, hoping you meet up. And eventually you do meet up. You're in like a little plaza or a little square that's got like a fountain in it. And you all kind of meet up together. Spoot, you just rush up to the other two. And you see people all around. You see Scourge Wardens climb up and kind of, you can hear screaming and people running, and you hear more tearing and renting as these creatures emerge from nothing right in your vicinity.
Can I tell what type of creatures these are?
Maybe if you make an Arcana check, you can try to see if you can deduce anything of them. Because, like I said, they look like they are pieces of different creatures that have been shoved together, and some have like scaled arms, and some have like leathery wings, or like a strange colored skin that's been like stretched and warped over weird bone. They are just warped and changed, and just an amalgamation of what they are. And a few areas of the sky tear open, and winged ones burst out into the scene, and these ones burst out right nearby you, like within 10 feet of you, and people are rushing all around. And I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative, because when we get back from our break, we're going to hop into battle. So we will be right back after a quick 5 minutes here, everybody. So don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we will have some glorious Nuuli Forged battle action going on.
Da da da.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. We are back. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to dive right into some crazy fun new combat. Everyone has rolled initiative, so let's go to the map, everybody. Dun, dun, dun. Let me bring the players over. Here we go. All right. So, as you all know, the very fabric of space seems to have been torn apart, and these strange creatures have come tearing out. And all these people are all over the place, running around, terrified. And you see creatures looking like this, or like this,
Ew.
or like this, and some of them are even winged, and just horrible, horrible looking, nasty things. Just terrifyingly emerge from this new space, and the first thing that happens is a bunch of people start running.
Wait, I love this lady's shawl.
Aetis is like, wait, hold up. Nice shawl. Get to safety.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, they all kind of run, or are attempting to run. This one is kind of terrified and kind of runs around and runs off this way. This one attempts to run over here and manages to avoid the reach of one of these creatures that is like tearing its way out of reality still. But so people are running and trying to get away, and that brings us to Spoot.
What does the 17 with Arcana tell me about these strange and exciting new creatures?
They are not natural, or if they once were, they have been changed and altered. The claws look bad. Like, everything about them looks bad, so.
Okay. I've got a feeling that is probably what a 5 in Arcana would have told me also.
Yeah, like, these are...
It's like a high DC.
These are like nothing you've ever seen before. Like, you definitely know that they've been changed by some form of magic. Like, nothing could naturally be this way.
Nothing should.
Also that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to go home now. Says Sweet.
Right.
Sweet will look at Aetis and Grig and say, I think we should try to keep these people safe as possible and then maybe get back to the temple. I didn't make it inside, but they are working on something.
Well, now's as good a time as any.
I will attempt to target... This is a person, right? Not a creature. Yeah, he looks normal. I will attempt to target this thingamajig with some good old-fashioned sacred flame.
Yeah, go for it.
And see what happens.
That thing looks so disrespectful.
It does. I want to see how it reacts to radiant damage too. This will be curious.
Mm.
All right. It sees your little radiant flame kind of come up and shoot towards it, and it manages to dodge out of the way, waving its tendrils like its tentacles all lift up, and it kind of backs off, just superiorly dodging.
Wow, you're a punk. Superior punk. All right. In that case, we will try again with some spiritual weapon bonus action. Place it right here.
Mm-hmm.
If I may.
Yep. You're gonna put it right next to that guy?
Yeah, right here.
All right. Boom.
Double check that's not too far away, right? That shouldn't be.
Yeah, you should be
Range
fine.
of like 60 feet. And can I hit him?
Yep, it's part of the spell summoning. Go for it.
Oh, boo.
An 11, unfortunately, does not hit enough to damage the creature.
Wow, these things are tough to target. All those tentacles, I suppose.
And that was some good radiant damage too.
Yeah.
It was.
And
Wow. Potent spell casting.
you still have an
That's
action,
true.
Spoot.
No,
That
that he did
was the
Sacred Flame.
sacred flame.
Oh, it's the sacred flame, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well,
I'm
that
done.
brings us to Greg.
So, are we leaving?
Um.
To
I
the
think-
temple.
Yeah. Which direction is the temple from this map?
It is south.
Okay, great.
we gotta walk past this brouhaha.
Cool. Well, no time like the present. Greg is gonna scamper over this direction and firebolt that sucker.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, a 12.
A 12, unfortunately, will not hit. This one has
Lord.
like kind of like missing portions of its rib cage, and like the firebolt just right through one of the empty holes in the rib cage.
Cool. Then I'm gonna say, ah, shoot, and just stay there, I guess.
Okay. Next up are the creatures.
Damn.
This one rushes towards you, Greg, because you shot at it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. So it reaches out with some nasty claws with a 15 to hit you, Greg.
Just hits.
You take 7 points of slashing damage,
Okay.
and then it reaches down with its toothy maw to bite you with a 20 to hit.
Okay.
You take 11 piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oof.
Not 20.
All right. You feel like this kind of venom or poison try to take over your body, but you push it out easily. You're like, not today, weird thing.
No, thank you.
This one rushes towards you, Aetis. And it's going to claw at you with a 23 to hit.
Yep.
For 12 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
And then it whips its tail towards you with a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Nice. Evading the tail. Well done. This one rushes up to this woman over here and slashes like with its claws like straight through her chest. And you hear her scream as she goes down and begins being devoured by the creature.
Oh my.
Can't save everyone, it seems.
This one over here just kind of shuffles over, and
Not that.
yeah, you see two tentacles reach out towards the woman. The first one actually misses, but the second one wraps around her and squeezes her, and you hear her scream, and the man she was holding hands with screams out, "No!" as the creature rips them apart and crushes her in its tentacles, and she goes limp, and then the body is flung back to the ground. And yeah, that's what happens.
Damn.
This creature here dive bombs towards this warden up here on the balcony, and it's going to attempt to bite him. It manages to do so, dealing some damage to him. And let's see if he's poisoned. Nope, he's not. Good job. This one flies over towards this individual and also attempts to whip it with its tail, which does not succeed, and then tries to bite it, which does succeed, making another saving throw. Oof. The Scourge Wardens are very hardy, and that is good. But two of them are definitely being attacked right now. That brings us to Aetis.
All right, I'm gonna break out Cloud Cutter
Ooh, interesting.
and hold on, I forget what Zephyr Strike does.
It lets you move without attacks of opportunity, I believe.
Oh yes. So I will cast Zephyr Strike using one charge.
Okay. Great.
And then I'm going to move over to Grig
Okay.
and get behind that enemy and take a couple of slashes.
Yep. And once you are, just to remember, once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on a weapon attack on your turn, and it will deal an extra 1d8.
Yes. Slash number 1. 23
Yep, that will hit.
for 12 slashing.
Wonderful.
Then hit number 2. A 25 for another 14 slashing.
Very nice.
And that is my turn.
Great.
Nice.
Now the Scourge Wardens are up. The two that are on the roofs bust out their short swords. One manages to do some damage on the crazy bug-looking like thing over here, which is oh so attractive.
Straight out the mist.
Yep. The other one manages to hit twice and do some nice, and gets a couple hits in. It looks like their weapons are not doing much damage, however. This guy moves up and launches 2 arrows at the one that is eating the poor woman who went down. Unfortunately, he misses both times. The other 2 take aim at the tentacled one. This guy hits twice with both of his shots, which is good news for them. And the other guy also hits twice. So good job for them. All right, that is their turn. Now it's all the people. The people are going to run. These 2 down here manage to get far enough away that they are off the map. This individual runs off the map. This guy is just like in shock, so he's going to make a wisdom saving throw. He's got to make a DC 10 wisdom save. Can he do it? With a 13.
I would.
With a 13, he's able to do it, and he's able to look at the wife or the body of his lady friend and then cry and run, and he manages to run off of the map as well, which is good. This guy tears off in this direction and leaves the immediate area. So it looks like all of the regular folk have gotten away. So Spoot, it is your turn.
Okay, and the temple we said was south, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the temple, says Spoot. Follow me. And I'm going to move, let's see. I'm gonna take a couple of steps and then fire at this boogie bear with my Sacred Flame again.
Okay. Let's see. Does he succeed? He does not. He takes 8 radiant damage. Wonderful.
And then I'll. Oh, wait, that's not how that works. I gotta go back 10 feet. Okay.
So,
Then I
Spoot, you were here when you started your movement, correct?
correct.
Cool. So, as you attempted to run, actually, a tongue launched out of this guy behind you. Like a very long, 10-foot long, barbed tongue reached out and tried to flick at you. It missed you, but like you could see the tongue had like sharp barbs all over it.
Yuck. Okay, that was close. Watch out for their tongues. I'll say as I run away. I'd like to complete my movement by getting down to where I am now, 30 feet from where I started, and then I'll use my bonus action to try to hit this squid thing.
Yeah, go for it.
And if I understand how this works correctly, what I'd like to try to do is let me read it real quick. I know there's something about the moving and the hitting. Okay, it says I can move and then attack. So I'm assuming if I attack first, I don't get to also move it. Is that correct?
No, you can attack, and then if you need to, you can move it.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. I want to take it with me, basically.
Okay. Yes, a 27 definitely hits for 12 force damage.
Nice. All right, and then if then I will just try to retract it toward me. It can go 20 feet.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. So that brings us to Greg.
That's me. I am going to bonus action disengage because that's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Run down here and yell, "I've been wanting to try this out." Pull out my new screwdriver that's got extra bits on it, and magic missile that guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Woo!
So go ahead. You get 3 darts, right? So what does your magic missile look like?
It's gonna just like look like a tiny little. I don't know. Everything I do is like rusty brown, browny red. So it's just gonna be a little blurb of rusty red light
All right. So these rusty
coming
red.
out the top of this screwdriver.
Yeah, they look like rust. It looks like all the rust flakes from the screwdriver kind of coagulate together and fire off into 3 darts. The first one does 3 points of force damage. The second one does another 3. And the third one also does 3. So 9 force damage. Well done.
Wow.
Cool.
I wonder if does that give them tetanus?
No,
I wish.
they might
Con
be
save.
immune. Wonderful. Anything else, Greg?
No, that'll do. I did my bonus, I did my action, and I did my move.
All right. Cool. Well, now the amalgamated creatures here get to go. So they're going to do that. This one up here with Aetis attempts to claw you with a natural 20
Yeah, that hits.
for 18 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
And go ahead and make a concentration check on Zephyr Strike. DC 10.
Hold on. I'm doing math. 28. Concentration. For the love of God. Nope.
Oh no, with a natural 1.
And a natural 20.
Unfortunate. So you lose Zephyr Strike, unfortunately. Which is very sad, actually. So that was the claws. And then it's going to attempt to bite you with a 16 to hit.
Yep.
You take 7 piercing damage, and I need you to make a con save.
Not again.
Come on, you can do it. Go, Aetis, go.
Guidance. No, I'm just kidding.
Right? I wish.
Ooh.
3.
You are now poisoned
Cute.
for 1 minute.
Extra boo.
Right?
Great. Wonderful.
Is it?
Well, not for you. So these two guys rush up to the people who have done stuff to them, which would be Grig and Spoot. Grig, the one against you, as it gets close to you, it unleashes its tongue to try to like come at you, and it's all barbed and sharp, but it misses you with an 8, so that's good.
Nice.
Then it comes in and it's got this long, thick tail that also goes wide and misses you, and it kind of like loses its balance a little bit.
Good. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Spoot.
Trig is still screaming the whole time.
Yeah. Spoot, a tentacle comes towards you and thuds off of your shell, hitting something sharp that you've got in the net on your back, and it like loses the end of the tentacle, and it looks like that tentacle is out of commission. But it's got more tentacles. And it brings its toothy maw down to bite on you with a 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
For 11 piercing damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
With a 15, you are fine. You succeed.
You know, in hindsight, I'm not really sure why I didn't just put the spiritual weapon next to me. I was like, oh, I'll get it out ahead of me so I can catch up to it. Nah, it's stupid.
The two that are flying are going to attempt to bite their individual people. This Scourge Warden up here goes down on this roof up here.
Oh, damn.
The other one also goes down. And the creatures begin to feast on their fallen adversaries. This guy over here leaves its meal and jumps towards Aetis. And is going to attempt to claw you, miss you with an 8, and then try to bite you with a 13. So it misses you. And Aetis,
God.
it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike again.
Okay.
This time I'm just gonna like GTFO.
All right.
So I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, and then I'll action dash another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Mm-hmm. Great.
And that's my turn.
All right. Our friendly scouts who are alive are going to attempt to do some damage with arrows. One of them hits this guy for some damage. The Scourge Wardens both target the tentacled one. Wow. So 3 arrows hit it, and they seem to do a little bit of damage to it, which brings us then up to Spoot.
Okay, so Spoot. What you gonna do, Spoot? I don't know.
What you got?
Okay, great. I think what I'm going to do is the old tried and true. You know what? No, let's do something different now. I'm going to use my action to disengage and get down here next to Aetis.
Okay.
one step beyond, and then I will actually just move my spiritual weapon up one and swing at Tentacle Dude.
Okay, go for it. Ooh, with a natural 20,
All right.
you deal 14 force damage. Very nice.
14. I love that I got the lowest rolls for my natural 20.
Hey, it's great.
Nice.
Wonderful.
And then I don't actually know if I can move it its remaining 15 feet, or am I just like trying to break the rules right now?
You can. It's got 30 feet of movement as part of the bonus action, so sure.
20 feet. I will keep myself in check. So I got 20 feet. So
20 feet, sorry.
So if it was trying to run alongside me, it would lose.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, that's 15.
Wonderful. Next up, we have Greg.
That's me. Greg is going to bonus action disengage. Over to here. Yeah. No, like there. And then I'm going to cast Thunder Wave in their general direction.
Nice.
Like, get back. And I'm going to cast it at my highest level, which is what, 2? Yes.
Okay. So they
is
make
the
con
worst roll.
saves. Both of them will make a con save. Tentacle and tongue. Tentacle succeeds, tongue does not.
Right. The half on success. And if you fail, you get knocked back.
Great. So it takes. So something interesting happens here. The damage that you deal these creatures does not seem to be as effective as you had hoped. They get pushed 10 feet.
Yeah, on the fail.
All right, so he gets pushed 10 feet. So half damage and okay. Actually, it looks like the tentacled one goes down.
Whoa!
Despite saving and being and it not hurting it that much, it looks like it was just enough to get it.
Nice.
Hells yes!
Well done, Greg. Now get back here.
Yeah, and then I'll use my remaining. I used 20, I think, to get there. I'll use my remaining 10 to just get next to these guys.
All right, cool. Well,
We're going
now
to we should maybe announce to the guys we're going running to the temple. So we'll just say that out loud as he passes.
yeah. Well, now these three all begin chasing you.
Oh boy, they've got some hella movement. Looks like.
That's a lot of movement.
Not really. They just moved 30 feet.
30. Okay.
Okay, just
Yeah,
seems
you're
really
right.
far.
Yeah, it did look far, but yeah, I guess that's what 30 feet looks like.
So two of them actually managed to get right up on Greg. The first one attempts to claw Greg with a 9 and then bite them with a 14.
Neither hit.
Great. The other one, which is... hold on a moment. I have too many things in one spot, so I'm going to move that over there. Ah, this guy. Okay, cool. Is going to attempt to leash its barbed tongue out. That's a 21 to hit you, Greg.
Yep, there's nothing I can do to that.
All right. You take 7 piercing damage, and it grapples you. So its tongue like wraps around you as you are pierced by this thing, and it pulls you right up towards its mouth. And it gets to make a bite as a specialty move here, which is a 12 to hit.
Yay, misses.
Awesome. So it tried to bite you and could not. But then it's going to try to bite you again.
Of course.
Again?
Yeah, it seems like when it wrapped its tongue around you, like part of that action was able to try to bite you. But with 14, it misses you on the second bite as well.
Oh, good. Your breath stinks.
Fair. This one back here Yeah. Yeah, this one, you see energy cackle over it, and with a natural 20, the energy arcs through the air and hits Aetis square in the back. And Aetis, can you roll a d4 for me, please?
Ouch.
I'm sorry, a d6.
Uh,
All right, Aetis,
all these low rolls today.
you feel your back begin to be eaten away as you take 17 acid damage.
Ouch.
And the creature reels back and cackles energy once again towards you with a 14 to hit.
Nope.
So this ball of energy goes wide and misses you. But it seems like these things have more tricks up their sleeve. The ones in the air go after... This guy goes after the scout. He's going to try to eat the scout. He almost eats the scout. Or the Scourge Warden, rather. The other one is happy to feast, because nobody's shooting at it yet. Which brings us to Aetis.
Since I am very much in pain, I'm going to just keep moving south.
Alright, so you're just going to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Because I can now bonus action dash, and use my movement.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so you effectively run off the map. I'm just going to put you over here so I remember that. So you are just booking it.
Headed towards the temple with my almost deadness.
Alright. Alright. The scouts on the ground here are going to try to shoot the one that have Grig. 3 of them hit. 4th, 9, 17. For some amount of damage, which doesn't seem to be too useful. And then the one guy attempting to keep himself alive up in the ceiling, or up in the roof, is also successful with 1 hit, which brings us back to Spoot.
All right.
It's like shit.
What's that?
Nothing.
So you do see that Grig is behind you, and a tongue has wrapped around them.
Sorry, Greg. It's nice knowing you. Follow Aetis. No, just kidding. You know that's not going to happen. Not with Spoots here. Okay, so I'm going to do a little, move around the battlefield for a second. Let's start with the bonus action and move Spiritual Weapon here. And use it to attack the... Can I target the tongue separately, or do I just hit the creature? In this
You can,
scenario?
but the AC of the tongue it's smaller it's harder to hit than just like the creature.
I will attempt for the creature first.
Okay, go for it.
Is it this one or this one that has my...
The one
I thought it
directly
was-
north of you.
Okay.
Oh, the one on the left. Okay, good.
Yeah, a 20 hits for 11 force damage.
Excellent. And then I'm going to move forward. Oh boy, I'm not going to regret this.
Okay.
And cast the old tried and true Spirit Guardians.
All right. You summon your spirit guardians.
And I will
Damn.
designate, Aetis, even though he's off the map, I assume I can still see him behind me, Grig, and then any of the soldiers that I can see to not be affected.
Yeah. So great. You cast spirit guardians and you are concentrating on your turtles. Turtle party. Well done. That brings us to Grig.
Find your exit, buddy. Greg wants so badly to just attack, but Greg will instead try to get out of the tongue.
Cool. Athletics or acrobatics check of your choice.
Acrobatics.
If you're grappled, can you push something back and break the grapple that way?
No. You can attempt to break the grapple out, or you can it's an athletics check to try to get out, and that could be a push. But I don't know. Maybe depends on the situation.
I feel like in this situation, the tongue is longer than appears.
Yeah, the tongue is definitely the problem here. But you do
Yeah,
succeed in wriggling out of the barbed tongue. So good
Oh,
job.
nice. And then I will bonus action disengage and scamper on over to this side. Be like, thanks, Boot.
All right. So you keep running down, or do you stay there?
I stay there. I'm not gonna go too far out of Spirit Guardian, so I'll stay by Spoot.
Okay. That brings us to the creatures.
Oh boy.
So
This
they
is
make
where it's
they make wisdom saves.
Correct.
All right.
You ready?
What's the DC?
Has it changed since I've leveled up? I'm not totally sure. Let's find out. It's still 16.
Okay, they both fail. Go ahead, roll Spirit Guardians damage.
Murder turtles. Murder turtles.
Mm-hmm.
11 seems to be my
Wonderful.
my number today.
That's great. They both take 11 damage.
Anything unique about the radiant damage, or is it just hitting as normal?
No, it's hitting as normal. Doesn't seem to have any issues. Great. But they both definitely rush towards you, Spoot.
Yeah, kind of figured that was going to happen.
One goes to claw you with a 21
Shit.
for 11 slashing damage.
Is it? Sorry, I've got one charge left on the shield. You know what? I should say that for life or death. Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. One slashes you for 11 slashing damage. Make a constitution save, or a concentration check, rather.
Concentration.
For your spirit guardians.
Right. I'm trying to remember if that's just straight con.
It's a con saving throw.
Oh, duh. You're silly me.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
The next one also lashes out with a claw with a 24 to hit
Ouch.
for 14 slashing damage. Go ahead, make another constitution save.
Yikes.
Oh no, with an 8, you lose concentration on your turtles.
This is where, obviously,
And-
Warcaster would have done better than
They go away.
Scullion.
Unfortunately. And then it tries to bite you with a 17 to hit.
No! Get back.
Yeah, you push it off with your little shield, which is kind of... You swear you hear a little giggle off of the shield. It's weird.
I'm going to bury this thing at the bottom of the
Never mind. Too much time has passed. I forgot about it. Damn it.
This thing runs down after Greg, and with a claw, totally misses Greg, and then tries to bite Greg with another miss. So yeah,
Yay! Not dead yet.
good job. Aetis, you're just running.
No, I'll turn around and fire a couple shots.
All right, cool. Yeah,
Legless.
go ahead.
'Cause I have 150 range.
Yeah, so you put away Sky Cutter, or whatever I named it.
Thigh cutter, yes. And I'll
Cloud Cutter. You put away Cloud Cutter and pull out your bow.
I'll fire at the one directly north of Spoot.
All right, go for it.
Ugh, that
An
was an
11 will miss.
Jesus.
A 13, however, will hit.
Oh, okay.
Hooray!
6.
And it's force damage, right, from your bow? Because it's...
No, it's just magical piercing.
Gotcha. Cool.
I'm
All
not
right.
close enough.
Cool. Seems to work. Great. Anything else? Or you're going to stay there and pelt from afar?
I will stay here for now.
All right, cool. The scouts on the ground will try to shoot the one.
Oh wait, I forgot. I have sneak attack.
Okay, roll the die.
2.
Okay, cool. Great. Trying to get the one on Spoot here. Great. They both managed to do a little bit of damage to the one right in front of Spoot. However, both also really mess up, and Spoot, whoops, you get grazed by 2 errant arrows, and they deal 4 points of damage to you in total.
It tells me these archers haven't seen combat recently.
Or, everybody misses. The other guy up on the roof does not do well. He does not succeed.
Well, that's true. Aetis
Actually,
does hit us a lot too.
Actually, the guy on the roof is dead. So,
Oh no!
Dang, he will not be firing his arrow.
yeah. So that means... Come on. Ugh. One thing I don't like about Roll20 is, like, it doesn't have leeway when you, like, try to give an icon to a token. So if it's all the way on one side and it goes beyond the amount you can zoom out on the map, it just disappears. And so you have to move the token and then move it back. It's really annoying. Developer's note.
There's a Discord for that. Just
I'm sure there is.
check the patch notes before you look like an ass asking about something like I did last time.
This creature then flies over everything. And it's just kind of right above there is where it gets to.
You would be.
All right, so Spoot, it's 15 feet in the air, so
15 feet in the air. Interesting.
yes. But it is your turn, Spoot.
Do the turtles surround me, or is it like as a dome shape, or just a circle shape?
Well, the turtles are gone, remember?
Here.
I know.
For now.
If they were to come back.
Oh.
Have I ever noticed that they have range above my head?
It is... actually, let me double check.
It does say they flit around you at a distance of 15 feet, so it doesn't say that it's not also above me.
Well, it might actually say that.
It might actually say it's not above me.
Oh my god, let me...
Do you want me to throw up the thing in the thing?
Hold on.
Sorry.
Stop yelling at me.
I'm not. I just want to know.
God,
this has never happened
It is
before.
so finicky. It is a sphere. It is a full sphere.
Spook gives a slight devilish grin. Let me cast the fucking thing again.
All right. Turtle power is back, baby.
Spook's like, I knew I should have picked Warcaster.
Great. So that's your action.
Yeah, it was same. Use the disregard whatever. Is it Is it can I medicine check this thing in front of me?
Sure, you can.
I could try at least.
You can try. With a 21, it's bleeding all these different colors of ichor. It looks like it's gross and not doing well.
Great. Let's hit it one more time with spiritual weapon.
Go for it. A 14 will hit and will be enough to destroy the creature. Your turtle shell club just bashes into it, and it goes and falls down, dead, bleeding out this like rainbow ichor, which is really disgusting.
Great. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to stand here. You can run, Greg.
Okay, Greg, what are you gonna do?
Greg is going to disengage, but just move, like, imagine just 5 feet a little down this way.
Okay, so you stay within the realm of spirit guardians.
Exactly.
Cool.
And then I am going to do it. I'm going to bring up my little cannon. Zeta cannon's going to come out in protector mode.
All right,
Um,
little chomper.
Jumper lives. My little cannon. And it's going to do its protector thing.
Yeah, little chomper. Great. So Spoot and Greg and Chomper all get 11 temporary hit points.
Right.
Wonderful. Anything else, Greg?
That is going to be it. That was action and
Okay.
bonus.
Next up, 3 of these things make wisdom saving throws against thing. Ooh, 2 of them succeed, 1 fails, so go ahead, roll damage.
All right.
So 14.
So the succeeding ones, I think, just take half.
Yep.
And-
you do manage to destroy one of them, though.
Nice. And it hasn't come into play yet, as far as I can tell. But as a reminder, their speed is also halved,
Great, good to know.
regardless of their save. I think. Yes, that's true.
Great, cool. Wonderful. Cool. So this one right in front of you is going to attempt to claw you. That's a 15.
No.
And then it's going to try to whack you with its claw a second time with a 12. No dice
Nada.
there. The one flying in the air, you see energy collect over it, and it bursts towards you with a natural 20 to hit.
Yes.
Spoot, roll a d6 for me, please.
These things roll a lot better than we do.
So you see this energy coalesce and become a like a repeating cone of sound as you get hit for 17 thunder damage.
Wow, that hurt a lot.
And I need a con saving throw for your spell.
Wait
Thank God
for it.
temporary- Thank God for temp HP.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my
Yeah,
intelligence.
you're fine.
Okay, good.
Roll the 23.
Okay, I was like, whoops! I didn't know if the wait for it was real or not.
And it's going to gather energy yet again.
Kill it.
But this time it hits a 17, which you managed to avoid.
Shoot the flying one.
Great. That brings us to Aetis. Aetis, are you muted?
I am indeed.
Aha! Suspicious.
Can I see this one?
Yeah, it's flying right in the air, 15 feet above Spoot.
Okay. Pew pew. I will use Zephyr Strike so I can get advantage on 1 hit.
All right. First strike has advantage?
Yes.
Go for it.
$16.
16 will hit for 12 magical piercing damage.
And another 2 force damage.
Mhm.
Oh wait, Spoot's not within 5 feet of it, so I can't do that.
No.
Second shot. 23 for 9.
Definitely hits.
And that is all for now.
All right, cool. The scouts or the Scourge Wardens are going to try to shoot the thing in the air. He's not going to hit anything. Oh, but does crit on the last one,
Yeah.
which is nice. Good job. Good job, Scourge Wardens. That brings us back to Spoot.
All right, Scourge Wardens. All right, let's see. What am I going to do? Spiritual weapon will move here, and will attempt to whack the one in the air.
All right, so it floats on up and goes for the air.
Because it's cool like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you smash through it, and the body just dissolves and breaks into a bunch of different pieces as the turtle shell club smacks through the winged form.
Nice.
Seems like you had a vendetta up against that one.
Yeah, he hit me with like
It hit
thunder.
hard.
Great. For my action,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just resort to Sacred Flame since I can do that without having to move back, and I'll hit the ugly one in front of me.
Yeah.
Deck save that, bitch.
He succeeds, unfortunately.
Dang
Okay,
it.
you did.
Maybe next time don't tell him to dex save.
Hey, you should watch
Dodge
out.
this! Okay.
Dang
Wonderful.
it.
Great. Greg, up to
That's
you.
me. Well, I'm gonna firebolt that last one.
Yeah, go for it.
19
19 hits.
plus my D8. Oh, damn it. Only 6 damage. That was
I'm so
the
sorry.
worst rolling.
So you launch your firebolt towards this, and you hit it, but you see that the fire doesn't seem to bother it very much.
Ugh, everything I have doesn't bother it. Fine. At least my little cannon can keep us alive.
Yay.
Another.
Another 11.
All right, so you go back up to 11. And is that it? You're going to stay where you are in the Spirit Guardians?
I will stay in the Spirit Guardians. If it's gonna come at me, it's gonna get hurt.
All right.
Are we missing one? Is there still one that I don't see?
Nope. You are down to 1 at this moment.
Unless...
And it
Oh,
is its
good.
turn. And it's going to try to claw at Spoot with a 20 to hit.
Wait,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
wisdom save.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for keeping me honest. It succeeds, but go ahead, roll your damage.
Why is this one so wise?
That is true. Not to really get us annoyed, but I do see one more bug thing.
Yeah, there's one up at the top of the map that is feeding on
Oh, okay. It's
a
busy
dead
eating.
person.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
it is
gonna
busy
let him.
eating.
We're gonna let him be.
It's already dead. We're good. Let's go.
It killed its guy, and it's having a good time eating it.
Okay, cool.
But indeed, with a 20, its claws slash at you, Spoot, for 8 slashing damage. Go ahead, give me a concentration check.
Sorry, if I don't do the damage first, I'll forget.
You're good. You're fine, and then it's going to try to bite you with an 11, so the bite does not hit. Well done. That brings us to Aetis.
Can I see that one in front of Spoot?
Yeah, it's just down the other end, the other side of the
Okay.
alley, road.
I shall
whatever.
shoot him.
Mhm.
14.
14 will hit.
Alright, 6 piercing. Keep going to turn on sneak attack for another 2.
Great.
God, these rolls tonight. 24 for 5.
Our damage has sucked.
I know.
Actually, Spoots
Jesus.
has been great.
But
Just
you're-
ours.
But you're hitting,
Yeah.
which is good.
I'm hitting, but it's like pinpricks.
Great. Anything else from Aetis?
Nope, that's it for now.
All right. The Scourge Wardens are going to fire at this thing. 2 of them hit for a little bit of damage, which is good. However, this guy here, his bow breaks. The string snaps on his second shot,
Ooh.
which is unfortunate. But that brings us to Spoot.
Okay, let's try to finish off this guy in front of me, I guess. How am I going to do that?
I mean, got a fancy club.
Virtual weapon.
I do have a fancy club. Oh, you're talking about the spiritual weapon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should hit him with that. That is fancy.
It has been doing you much good tonight.
It's going to switch it up, try to, like, play mind games with him. No, just kidding.
Yeah, 14 will hit for 7 force damage. It's looking really rough, Spoot.
Take that. And then I'll say, quick, look over there, and I'll cast Sacred Flame.
All right.
Oh, that damage.
Yeah, you've been getting all the damage.
However, it dodges your Sacred Flame.
Dang it!
Getting really tired of this. Of all the ones, he looked the least dexterous, but all right. I guess I'll just go back to hitting him another time for 1d4.
He's just like almost lizard-like, except he's got like one arm that's like blue and scaly, and another that's like lizard-like scales as opposed to like crocodile scales. It's weird looking.
This is strictly for curiosity's sake.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh my god. I would have hit him, but only for 3.
Who knows? Greg.
That's me. Everything I do doesn't hurt them very much, so I'm going to try something new, just for fun.
Okay.
Because Greg is all about science. Frostbite.
Okay.
DC 15.
Con save?
Yes, con save.
Okay. It fails.
Yay! It gets a d6 of damage. Oh my god.
2d6.
Is it? This is one I was meaning to ask you because I got this from Magic Initiate. Does
Right.
it still apply?
It is by character level, not by class level. So you are level 8, so you get 2d6.
So it is 2d6 still. Okay.
Yeah.
Because some of them have like limitations because of getting them through Magic Initiate.
Okay. So.
Okay. 4 damage. And not that it has a weapon, but it says on the next weapon attack roll it gets disadvantaged.
Cool. Yeah, that would apply to claws and natural weapons.
Oh, okay, great.
Cool. So you cast this spell. What does it look like when you cast this spell?
New screwdrivers, and I pull it out and I just jab it in the air at him, and there's this little and like a little slight crusty of red ice, like ice but with red in it, like you find in the icebergs. It's actually a they found it's an algae. It's really creepy. Ice frost layer with little tidbits of like rusty bits in it just kind of forms on him.
Cool. So you jab it towards it, and like the ice wraps over it, and it looks like it shrugs it off. Like it didn't look like it did too much, but then you hear the ice like crack, and you hear "Aah!" and you see the creature fall over dead and stop moving.
Nice.
There, finally. Although everything I tried to do to it didn't work very well.
They seem to be resistant to a lot of types of damage.
Fire, thunder, ice.
Maybe it's the elementals.
So
Radiant
you still hear crowds of people running and screaming, and and you are hearing like rippings and tearings, like more of these things kind of coming around, and then what everybody hears is a bell, a loud drumming that you can hear from the temple to the south, towards you, and a bell ringing, and you see everybody who was like looking around begins heading towards the temple, and you see the storm move over the city, and you see yellow lightning striking from these black and gray swirling clouds. And anywhere that lightning strikes, a plant, a stone, even creatures that are hit by this lightning change in some way. They become different somehow. People are panicking as the strange bolts are striking ever closer. The wind is picking up. It's getting difficult to see as the sand is whipping around. I'm going to need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
My favorite.
Hell
Okay.
yes.
Fucking once.
Okay.
Aetis.
All of you are able to keep your eyes clear. None of you are blinded by this.
That's good.
And you hear shouting, "Head for the temple! Head for Melora's temple!" And you hear the drumming and the bell ringing. It seems like it is some kind of a signal meant to summon the populace there.
I think we're witnessing the downfall of Lytol. How this happened, no one knows.
Let's
Let's
go
go
to the
find
temple.
out what happened in the temple.
All right, cool. I need everybody to make acrobatics checks for me, please, to avoid the lightning strikes as they are striking
This is
down.
not- this is not good. Oh boy.
Well, me and Greg are consistent.
Okay.
I noticed that I'm never sure when to do
Cool.
Flash of Genius.
So, yeah.
You haven't answered whether anything failed or succeeded. Is that the time? It doesn't really say in the description.
Yeah, if you want to do it, now would be a time if you want to give it to somebody.
Great. I'm going to try to help Spoot and be like, Spoot, it's happening on, 3-second intervals if you just watch the math.
Oh.
Cool. That being the case, Spoot, you stop for a second, and right where you were about to step, a yellow lightning strikes the ground in front of you, and you see that what was once like flat stone is now a jagged patch of like thorns, like 10-inch long thorns.
Thank you so much, Greg.
All right, you all keep running. You keep running. I need another acrobatics check from everybody.
Jesus.
I don't like this game.
I don't have the HP for this.
All right, everybody's running. Greg, you're okay. Aetis, you're dodging. You're avoiding everything. Spoot, you dodge out of the way of
You're
lightning
right.
strikes.
I watched the pattern.
Lightning is striking the buildings, and there's rubble falling. There's people screaming. Everybody's running over each other. You see a couple people get struck by lightning, and their bodies begin to change in weird, strange ways. I need everybody to make another. You're getting really close to the temple now. Everybody, I need an acrobatics check from.
Oh no!
Shit. I can't
Uh-oh.
fix it. Ooh, I have an inspiration.
You do?
I'm using it.
Okay.
Me too.
All right. So you can both re-roll if you want to
Oh,
spend your
Jesus.
inspiration.
Fudge me.
Oh, that
Mother
sucks.
F.
You could use your reaction again. I don't know how much difference it'll make.
It only adds +4.
Okay.
I doubt an 11's gonna succeed. It's fine. I'll just die
All
now.
right. So all of you take 4 points of lightning damage as you are blasted by this yellow lightning. And you feel weird energies course through your body and begin to push and change. You stumble a little bit, but you can pull yourselves back up and keep running towards the temple.
No, not me.
Are you going to
You're
stay on the
down?
ground?
I'm unconscious.
Aetis falls to the ground unconscious.
How far apart are we?
Aetis is 20 feet in front of you.
Okay, well, I will continue my movement, and once I get to Aetis, I'll do Cure Wounds.
All right, great.
At
Go ahead.
level 2.
Cool. Go ahead. Expend the spell slot. Aetis, you get
Yeah.
9 hit points back.
No, 17.
17. 9 plus 8.
Oh, 9 plus 8.
I did it at level 2.
Oh, gotcha.
Boom, that's awesome.
That's wonderful.
Always running off when you get hit.
All right, cool. So you
Is there
pull
enough time?
Aetis back up. You can see the lightning is picking up intensity. You are almost at the temple. The lightning's picking up. People are getting inside. I need another round of acrobatics checks from everybody.
This is the worst.
Jesus F.
Okay.
Christ.
Greg, you get struck again, as does Aetis. Spoot, you're able to just barely avoid being struck by lightning.
Dumb luck.
Aetis and Greg, you each take 3 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
You're getting so close. I need one more round of acrobatics checks.
Hey.
Excellent, with a natural 20 for Greg, a 19 for Spoot,
I'm getting better at this, guys.
and an 11 for
Nice.
Aetis,
I help Aetis with another flash of genius.
if you
I
want
say,
to.
look out for that tree. I'm very scared.
George.
George.
George of the jungle.
Okay, great. So your 11 becomes a 15,
Yep.
which is enough for you to just barely dodge out of the way of another lightning strike right to your left, Aetis. And with that, you are able to all run into the temple with a crowd of people. It seems like all the village has now got there. You guys were like in the last group of stragglers. There are a few wardens who come in and kind of shoot a few arrows at some creatures who are following you all, and the doors slam shut, and they drop a big metal bar or wooden beam in the temple, blasting the door.
I would like to just probably, if it hadn't been dropped already when I got struck by lightning, I should probably drop Spirit Guardians. Otherwise, I'm going to start knocking a bunch of people out.
Yeah, you know how your spell works.
I'm gonna blast off if
So,
I can another protector round
yeah.
on the three of us.
Great. Everybody's got 7 temporary hit points, including Chopper. So you have run into the temple, and people are being ushered by the 4-Age. Spoot, you see Shave over there gesturing for people to head down into a certain chamber.
Shave, you made it.
Oh, I was here the whole time. It was very scary, though. You should go to the thing. Go to the chamber. Follow the people.
Okay, let's go. Is anyone hurt? It can be healed?
Probably, but everybody needs to get inside. It's not safe. That door won't hold for long. And at that, you see a big boom against the door.
Okay, let's go.
And you hear claws scraping and windows being broken by creatures trying to get in. You all make your way with the populace into a vast 8-sided chamber where there are acolytes in each corner chanting along, all in the same brown and kind of blue robes. And you see someone who is obviously a high priest chanting in the middle of the room, arms raised. And you can see like green energies following carvings in the wall, slowly beginning to fill up. You hear the whimperings of children and cries of pain and loss underneath the chant, which is rising in tempo.
Is there anything we can understand?
It's all kind of it's in common. It is praising Melora and asking for her guidance, and you can't tell what the high priest is saying. It sounds like tongues is what he is muttering in the middle of the room.
Okay.
You see a crowd of wardens kind of getting everybody together and keeping them safe and approaching the door. And you see Skaza with a fresh claw mark over his shoulder and what looks to be part of his ear missing now. He approaches the crowd of wardens and says, "Scourged wardens, the Melorans need more time to finish this ritual to save our people. We must hold this temple. The people will need most of you to protect them when all this is over. I will stay here. I ask for 5 volunteers to remain with me. There is no shame in refusal, and there is no guarantee of success. The rest of you will have to be the sword and shield of Lightroll, the last protectors of the scattered wolf nation. Grellan, You will be the new Warden Master. I trust you to keep our people safe. Who will volunteer? And you see, like, the crowd of wardens all look to each other, and all of them, even those who are desperately wounded, begin to step forward or raise their hand and stand up. One of them is practically missing an arm at this point, but they all stand up. What do you guys do at this moment?
I got a quick question. How big was the entryway to where we're now?
Just like a 10-foot doorway.
Um, I think I have an idea. I'd like to place my Guardian of Faith at the entrance to the doorway.
Yeah, you can do that.
Greg is not paying attention to Skarza. Greg is paying attention to what's being done. Does this look like... I mean, this is the temple. Is it... I'm trying to understand what's happening. What is this ritual? That's what Greg is focusing on.
You can make an Arcana check.
Okay.
With
Ugh, damn it.
with a 7, Greg, you have no idea what they're doing.
Okay.
Pardon me.
Is there anything? This is probably stupid. Is
So,
there anything I might could
No, go ahead.
learn from a religion check? But
Maybe,
might be an
yeah.
obvious answer.
Go for it.
Oh my god!
With a 6 on a religion check, you know that they are summoning or not summoning, but they are trying to do something divinely inspired. You recognize a few symbols as being on the carvings, just being designed in celestial, even though you don't recognize what they mean.
I do recognize what they mean. I think, right? I speak Celestial.
You speak celestial and you can read it, but these runes are not like celestial letters. They are just
Okay,
like
I understand.
symbols of celestial origin.
It's gonna make sense. It's a Melora temple anyway, so okay.
Yeah. You get the sense that they are doing something to try to save people, but that's the most you can get out of it.
Okay.
As Skaza looks amongst the volunteers, his eyes catch yours, Aetis.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I mean, shit. I don't know. Because I'm very low on health.
Let's give Aetis some healing word. I'm going to start with the first level.
Okay. It's pretty much, are you volunteering or not? That's the question that's being posed to you and your companions.
We'll do whatever we can to help. Is there anything we can do to assist in the ritual?
Yeah, I would. I don't have the juice to fight right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Who's standing near us? So there's the three of us, and then there's
the group
leader.
of wardens and Skaza right there.
I will cast Healing Spirit and send it over and try to heal some of the wardens, though.
All right, you send it through, and your little punk fairy, emo fairy, kind of pops in. And it's like, well, this is new. All right,
It's
come
a
here.
Big party.
Fine. Whoever wants to feel better, you just come here. And he kind of smacks a few people, just kind of like here. I'm done. Poof, gone.
All right. That was
yeah, Greg has not turned around. Greg is still watching and listening over in the corner. So if you want Greg to do something, you need to grab them.
If we're all standing close, then I think I'm going to pick our party, Skaza, and two other lucky guys standing near us, and do a mass healing word.
All right.
Ooh.
You
that's just
do
up to
so.
6. Might as well not waste it.
Cool. You heal all of those people, and
yes, sir.
Skaza nods thanks towards you, and looks at you, Aetis, and he's like, "Keep the warden safe." And he walks out with 5 of his scourge wardens.
Oh, shit. That was kind of sad. Only 7.
So here's what happens. They leave. You cast your your guardian right in front of the closed door. Oh, okay. So
Was that a weird thing to do? Question mark.
no, you're fine.
Sounds like something bad is happening.
Yeah,
Oh.
you hear through the door uh, a massive crash of glass and stone, and you hear screams, and it feels like part of the temple has caved in. And when you all hear this, you think back instantly. You're brought back to what happened, the hallway of this part of the temple that you walked through in the ruins, and half of a wall was smashed in. And it seems like that just happened and took out some folks.
Ooh. Wait,
Yeah.
we're in the room that we're in right now.
Yeah.
No, like in the hallway in front, like where the
Yeah.
wardens have gone to defend and hold the line.
And that's the part of the temple that was left before, like in the future.
Correct.
And we're in the part that is missing.
Correct.
Yeah. Greg is like freaking out, looking around, like what's gonna happen? What's that? What's that? Is that glowing?
All right.
Uh-oh.
And then you hear more screams of terror. The chanting attempts to pick up. And then you hear boom and claws scratching at the door. And you see the door begin to shudder under a weight. And the doors burst open. Your guardian lets loose and destroys how much damage does your guardian deal before it disappears?
Total is 60.
Okay, so the guardian slashes through and destroys one of these amalgamated creatures as more begin to flood into the room. The amalgamations have broken through the line of defenders and begin tearing in to the citizens of Lytral. The population is throwing themselves in the way of the clerics so that the clerics can continue the chanting. And they're sacrificing themselves all around you to make sure that the children kept in the middle by the high priest and people who can protect them, the wardens, sacrifice themselves. You see them falling under waves and waves of these amalgamated creatures until finally you hear the main priest give a final word in a language none of you understand. And all the green energy that has been collecting and slowly rising in these runes bursts out, and a vibrant green light blasts through everything. A green of healthy nature grass bursts out and pours from the chamber. Celestial singing can be heard. All the amalgamations in the room and that you can see are turned into dust. And you feel the chamber rock and move and hurl. And you feel it land, and the head priest is lying on the ground. You see the other acolytes on the ground. You see the people and the children crying. And you see the 8-sided room resting still with no amalgamated creatures, and a lot of dead bodies, and crying children, a few old people. You estimate probably half the population gave their lives to get everybody out.
How close are we to the door?
Aetis, you look out the door, and what you see is a vast, open sky of black with pinpricks of light all around, and you see strange floating rocks float by at one moment, and you approach the edge of the door, and you see that the temple section is now on a floating rock that is floating in a void of space with pinpricks of light and streaks of color all around it.
Does this look like when I open portal to the astral sea?
Yeah.
It does.
Ooh, do you see a dead
Wow.
body?
Oh my! I think we're in the past, so maybe not yet.
And that is
Oh.
when the three of you, your bodies begin to shudder and shake. And you are pulled back into Lytrol itself, into the village. You see the village. You see it from the air. You see the earth crack, and most of Lytrol begins to rise up. And almost as like a surfboard on a wave, crest out over this rolling earth, being whisked away, eventually crashing into a deep valley. And then you are ripped from this aerial view once again, and you open your eyes, and you look down, and you are on your cots, back in the Temple of Melora, in Fey Harbor. You look at each other. Your bodies still have the wounds that you just procured in the battle.
That also means Aetis is still poisoned, huh?
How'd you do that?
Aetis's complexion is greener than it should be, as if something was infected inside of him. And you look around, and you see Wave Watcher Tal slumped in a corner, his youthful features aged, haggard. His slim build is emaciated. The once vibrant green streak in his hair has faded and looks sickly.
Oh shit! I go over and I'll cast Healing Spirit and heal him 5 times.
Okay, your spirit pops up and is like, this guy? Fine, whatever. And he just kind of flicks his ear 5 times. But it's enough to bring him around.
Can I medicine check him?
Yeah,
How did you do that?
absolutely.
What the
Go. With a 16 spoot, you can tell that he is exhausted, and beyond just like physically tired, energy from like his very being is gone. It's not so much that he was hurt as that he's just got nothing left to give. There's nothing left to put out.
Is the age? Is there an explanation? Is there some way to like figure out what the aging is, or have we like gone for it?
You don't know. He just looks older now.
For the healing, is he a little bit more responsive?
Yeah, so while all this is going around, he begins to come around. Oh.
What?
Oh, you made it. I was worried. Oh, I don't feel very good. I feel so tired.
What kind of magic was that?
It was risky. But Melora revealed that in places of her influence, the roots of her followers run deep. I could send you back and let you interact in a way, but it required a very limited window of time where I could do it. It had to be a certain time of year. It had to be today. And I had to have the mussels fresh, the green clams. It was the only way to do it. And I had to maintain the connection, and it took everything I had to keep you from dying. I don't know what happened, but wounds began to appear on each of you.
Yeah, the trip was a little bit too realistic.
They were creepy monsters.
Well, I don't think I can do that again. So I
I-
hope it was helpful.
Yeah, you've got a bunch of like Tollians in the astral plane. Also, did you know that spellstorms came with evil creatures that came and murdered and feasted on everyone?
No. But I am glad your people made it. I need to rest. And he kind of just lays back and his eyes close. He is exhausted.
I give him a good berry.
Oh gosh. Now he's uncomfortably.
You just wipe it on his face.
Well, no, because
It-
Jared said he's emaciated, and it gives you all your nutrients for a day.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to eat. Like, his body is still haggard and like
Oh,
drained. It doesn't like magically restore lost stuff.
I'm gonna, after that, just cast Lesser Restoration on Aetis.
Okay, the poison condition is removed from Aetis.
oh shit! I forgot I was still poisoned.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
You look gross.
Thank you.
Oh, that's right.
Appreciate
You were
that.
poisoned. All your attacks should have been disadvantaged. Oh well, magic.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't
My
matter.
bad.
No, it's okay. You were magically there, so it was helpful. That might be why he's so sick.
Magically delicious.
Oh, you did this. I'm just kidding.
It's
Well,
all my fault. I mean, technically it is.
But yeah, you see like some acolytes come in, and the older woman, like the big older woman who's one of the acolytes, comes in with a bunch of like herbs and teas and stuff, and kind of begins tending to him. And she nods to you all and it's like, "We will take care of the Wave Watcher. Thank you. I hope it was worth it."
I don't know, but I hope so too.
We have a lot to discuss.
Okay. And she nods, and you all leave the temple. Defect has just been waiting outside, and looks at you all and kind of nods.
Wish we could have taken you with us, Defect.
Oh my god, there were so many disgusting things you could have picked the axe out of things. Oh, that's
Yeah.
not a good joke. Sorry. I'm not there's too much information. There's two stone and then the astral plate, and we were there, but then we weren't there, but then we were there.
Okay, Greg. I'll axe things next time.
Yes.
Cool. I will do that.
Yes, I'd hate to leave you behind again.
Wait, guys. Possibly, I could bring us to the temple.
Did you
Cause
drop the vial of blood when we were not looking?
no, while attuned to the latch blade, if the wielder knows a specific location on the astral plane, they can make a DC 15 Arcana check to attempt to open a portal there.
What happens if you fail?
And then it's just a random location in the astral plane.
We can choose
We
not
can
to
go to
enter.
there. Might they all be dead? Would they be dead or would they be alive? What do
I
you
don't-
think? They didn't have
Time
any
passes.
food.
Time passes differently there, doesn't it?
Are we
It could.
rescue a whole village?
Possibly.
We
I
killed
mean,
the
I don't-
dragon. Greg and the Misfits are going to be famous.
As you have this discussion, Greg being very excited about the prospect of being famous, you all head back towards Fay Harbor to discuss in more depth and detail. And that's where we will end tonight's session of Nuuli Forged. So,
Damn.
well done, everybody. Well done. You survived, which there could have been bad stuff happened if any of you had died back in the past.
It could have been what?
It could have been bad if you had died in the past.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure.
Also, they had 2 stones. What happened to the other one?
Exactly.
Who knows?
I wonder what that would have happened. Anyway, yeah, lots of questions about this stone.
Yeah,
I have just lots of questions.
yeah, totally. I I believe it. But you did find out what happened to Lytrell.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did.
So awesome. Gotta love that.
Now I just want to figure out what happened to all the other villages.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll get lucky and learn that over time. Um, Ives got it in chat. If they had died in the past, it would have happened already.
That's true. None of this would have been real.
Yes, it was all just a dream.
We completely forget about that party member
Yeah.
because they weren't born. We just have the items.
Who knows? Oh no! If no. Anyway, congratulations! You all did it. Well done. Let's go around and say some goodbyes, and I will figure out who we're going to raid tonight. Let's start up in the corner with the turtle, the myth, the legend, Spoot.
Hello, I'm that man in the corner. Yeah, thanks for watching again. I hope to see y'all next week. So stay tuned.
Great.
And out.
Moving on down to Aetis.
Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you next week.
Awesome. And over to Greg.
That's me. I'm still Amber. I still play Greg. Thanks for watching. I got nothing to talk about this time except, I guess, the social media thing and the YouTube thing. Nuuli Forged. At Nuuli Forged on all those things. That way Jared doesn't have to say it this time.
Well, thank you, Amber. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Share the load.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of YouTube, Amber, if you are watching us on YouTube, like the video right now. Just hit the like button.
Do that.
And subscribe to the channel because you're here anyway, and come back for more great content.
Yeah, just a couple clicks.
And every Wednesday you can find us here on Twitch at Nuuli Forged. So come hang us out. I have been Jared, your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. If you would like to listen to some informative D&D podcasts, you can listen to Matt and I on our podcast Mid-Level Adventurers, which has had a bit of an upswing recently.
We went viral. No, I'm just kidding.
Kind of, but not really. But by all means, check that out if you want. We're going to do a little raid here on the Dungeon Scrawlers, because they're a fun group of folks. And cool. We will be back here next week, barring any unforeseen consequences or difficulties, whatever. We'll be here. We'll be here. It'll be fine.
Oh no!
Somebody will be here.
Facing our consequences.
Facing your consequences. Yes.
Yes. Still not sure what that lightning did.
No, you're not. But thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you to Grinch 2369 for hanging out with us tonight. Much appreciated. Thank you for following, and thank you Int Mastermind as well. So we will see you all next week. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Toodles.